Here we go.
Alright. Sometimes get joy of the finer things in life. Like stealing your wife's whipped cream on her Starbucks. Oh man. It's fucking good, man. So, what you get into? Well, I have an order of business that I'm going to get into. And it was healing magic. Still, it's continuing. Many things I need to get into. The best way would be to start off with proof, but if I start off a video with audio from another video, most people might turn it off right away and not understand why I'm playing it or know what to listen for. So I guess I have to start off by saying some shit. But that's what I'm doing. So anyways, in my last video, not the last video, but the last installment of a video that I had, the last installment of the video I had in Magick Part 3 was about the emotions. And then I got into a bit about empaths and how empaths take on other people. It's funny, there's numerology for your name. So I do Corey Lamar, what you do is you take your vowels. A has a value of 1. O has a value of 5. I want to say it was. E was 5. O was 6. Y was 7. And I is 9. And U is 3. Those are all the values. So Corey LeBlanc. First thing I have O, E, and Y. And then A, C, or E, and A. My other name. It ends up adding up to 24, which makes it 6. And then I listened to what a 6 was, and it was you are a healer. You want to heal people. You got to be careful because this can cause a lot of harm to you. And that's kind of what I was talking about in the last video. I got to be careful. Empath people who resonate at that frequency of being an empath, let's say, or people that have that emotional ability to easily take on other people's emotions, really have to be careful with what they put around and how they talk after they speak or are around someone. So I just thought that was a funny coincidence. After that video, I see that video, so and I do it. It turns out, yeah, just exactly what I said. So all that is to say that being empathic, everybody is to a certain degree, some more, some less. My wife watches a movie where someone's being harmed or killed or hurt, tortured, raped, whatever the fucking movie might have, that even if they're going through just a trauma or a struggle, she doesn't take it on as her own, or doesn't feel those emotions. But I have to sometimes leave it alone. I can get very, very into it, as if I picture myself in a very small, confined space, there's someone behind me and someone in front of me, I'm getting all fucking weird just thinking about it. And then realizing we have to all back up slowly out of that hole. Fucking feeling so weird just thinking about it. Not being able to move and so restricted, it starts freaking me out. Just having that. There's like an emotional something inside of me that's telling me, get the fuck out of here. Like I'm seeing it in my mind right now. So I'm like behind me and then feeling that trap feeling, I feel like I can freak out. I can really easily put myself in places via realization or visualizing watching a movie. So what I want to teach is how to use that to your benefit. I want to teach how to take a stronger emotional feeling, such as love, or being happy. If you want successful magic, you have to put in the emotion into that magic, into that work, into that spell, into whatever it is you are in the moment of doing. You gotta put as much as you can in it, and that will make it real to a certain degree, and have it come into your reality. I hope you can hear me. I feel like I'm talking low, and I don't know, I'm in trouble hearing or something, but that's to say is to heal yourself, to heal your body. I've already went into all the ways to heal your body. From, you're not feeling good, you can just breathe, focus on breathing, and that'll change your nervous system you're currently in. Because you might be in the fight or flight nervous system. If you're able to get yourself out of that nervous system, well then you won't be so reactive, right? So that's one way. I've already taught you how to change, how to heal. Because once you get out of the reactive fight or flight stage, well then your body can start healing itself. After that is once you get a grasp on that, or while you're practicing, you're staying in the right state at the right time. Because sometimes you need to be in fight or flight. Sometimes you don't. Well, after that, it's about the correct water and the correct food and the correct exercise. And sorry about that. Not baby mama drama, baby drama. My daughter wants to play with my older daughter's ukulele, and she doesn't want her little sister to break it or untune it. So I told her just put it up somewhere high where she can't grab it, and then go do something else and let her have her fit. Realize that she can't just get what she wants, because how often do you get what you want in life? How often do I get what I want in life? You don't always get what you want, but sometimes you might get what you need. What's that? The Beatles? No, fuck Beatles. Rolling Stones? But you can try, you'll find sometimes you might just get what you need. Anyways. So, after you manage to realize how the breathing works and changing from nervous systems, because, you lay down in one nervous system, in the fight or flight nervous system, and having a hard time relaxing, you start focusing on breathing. And oftentimes, for me anyways, you'll straight up fall asleep. Oh, like a light. And then you'll wake up and you'll feel a hell of a lot better. You'll wake up and you're still in that nervous system. You're ready to go. Now, you might end up having a coffee or something like that and slowly get yourself back into that sympathetic nervous system. But, it is as it is. There's a reason for that. But after you do that, you gotta focus on, most people will focus on, like I said, the water, and the exercise and the food. But they won't focus on passion, sex, creativity. That's uber important.
Alright, just real quickly, it is 2 little green dots, love that shit. There's my pillar of Yakin, silver, the white candle, and Boaz, black with the black candle, severity and mercy. Bainan Chokma at the top. And what's going to be, with the sun on it here, is going to be, see there's Gaia down there, and then the moon is this one right here, and then on top there's the sun, and then on top of that is, Uranus, Uranus, and then Pluto, and then on the pillar of Yakin, there's Venus at the bottom, then Jupiter, and then Neptune, and then on the negative pole, that would be the positive pole, and then the middle pillar is what you're trying to be. You neutralize when you get your negative or your positive pole, to create energy that's in harmony with each other. Then you become the middle pillar and you have your own form of energy. Now on this one, it's Mercury, Mars, and Saturn. And so, but then you're not utilizing just this pillar most of the time, and this one some of the times, or this one most of the time, this one some of the times. You're using both, and using all the planets in the middle. So you're not really using these ones in the middle if you're only using one or another. You know what I mean? And then eventually I'm going to have a nice gold, one of these pillars for the middle one too. But for now, I just make my own candle. Simple. You write on this candle, I'm grateful for my internal negative polarity, or my internal pillar, Boaz pillar severity, to be in harmony with my internal pole of Yakin, creating the middle pillar within my body and giving me that unique energy for me to use to create anything I want. I will be harmful some more to be. You put that on one of these bad boys. I put that on that guy, put that on that guy, and then I'm going to make this my middle one. I'm going to put it on that guy. Same fucking thing. 3, and I made all the planets associated with that pillar So that's who this candle is being offered to. There's all these 3 planets here. This candle is being offered to all 3 of these planets. Plus, when I burnt them initially, they each had incense. So I wrote on the candle, I am offering this candle and incense to these 3 planets. I write their names and their sigils on it as an offering for compensation for allowing the above manifestation to have happen. Thank you. I will be happy some more to be. And that's what I do for that one, and we'll do for this one. Hold on one second. Alright, I don't know where I got left off there, but I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do this. But I'm just gonna try to light my middle pillar candle here after I carved it. But anyway, so like I said, this candle was offered. I just dropped the 3. Alright. Just dropped you. Everybody watching. Hopefully there's more than 3 watching, but you never know. So these 3 deities, planetary energies, got offered to this candle and the incense I made for it. These 3 got offered to that candle and the incense I made for it. Now this candle that I just finished carving, among other things, it was for the sun initially. At the top is what I wrote, but then further down I turned it into a middle pillar. You know, the sun is in the middle of those planets. But do you see how it's the sun, then the moon, and then Gaia? So Gaia is Malkuth, kingdom, earth. The Yesod right above it is the subconscious, right? Would be why I say the astral plane. Above that is the sun, which is a conscious mind. Conscious mind is above the subconscious. Get it? Subconscious. So that doesn't make sense. Because the moon's above us, yes, but our subconscious is what's actually creating everything we see down here in the kingdom. So if you want to get anything else into the kingdom, into your reality, you have to get it into the subconscious from your conscious. So the sun is in the middle. So at the top was Pluto, then it's Uranus. I won't get into what that means. You should, pictures of the tree of life. Sorry about that. I lit it up there now. So anyway, so I was fucking up what I was gonna say because sun is beauty, I believe. Let me see if I can get this going while it's still recording. Okay. So Taparath is the sun, is beauty. Below that is the foundation, as you saw. So you saw it as the foundation. Okay. Before that is Noth, it's Doth, it's knowledge, and then it's crown, Kether, which is Pluto, okay? So what happens, alright, so let me try to get this into a little fast, little easy way without, because doing path work and figuring out what all these sephiroths mean and all that, because you have to go down the tree of life. Okay, a lot of people like to work up the tree of life, but it all depends on how you work, right? You start in the kingdom and you go up to Malkuth, or Malkuth is the kingdom. That's where we are. Okay, we're in this physical body. Now, you're going through your life. You've been programmed as a child, whatever's in your mind's programming. You start working a job like I did. Whatever happens, okay? And then all of a sudden, for some reason, you come into some knowledge, right? So you saw it as there. And then the sun is your conscious mind. The moon is your subconscious mind. It's Yesod and Tapara. And then all of a sudden, part of the way I woken up was Uranus going into Taurus caught my eye, and I wasn't in astrology or nothing. Well, what is Uranus? Uranus is Doth. It's knowledge. Well, Uranus came and shook up my world. It turned it upside down. It brought me into fear-based media, which started my whole spirituality. But I had to be scared. I had to stop working, and then I looked into magic. And so I took all that information, all that knowledge, all that from Doth, from Uranus, and I got it all into my conscious mind, the sun, which is just so I went from Doth to the sun. And then from there, I was able to get it into my subconscious mind. So you kind of work up the tree of life, right? Because I didn't get the crown yet. We'll see when that happens. Maybe I'm on the precipice of doing that. But I didn't get the crown yet. But I'm working up the tree of life because I got up to, but the energy flows down. So This goes both ways. The energy flows down the tree of life into manifestation for you when you do magic. But we have to work up it to understand how to perform the magic. These are where the rules of magic, the laws of magic come from the tree of life. Stuff like that. But anyways, so I got all the knowledge from Thoth, from Uranus. And then from there, I got it in my conscious mind. And I sat on it being an armchair occultist for a while, not putting anything in practice. And I said, fuck it, I need to change. I want to change. I need to blah, 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 blah. So I took action and I started doing magic. And guess what? My conscious mind, from the knowledge I got from the higher self out of Thoth, from knowledge, I got it into my conscious mind. From there, from my conscious mind, I learned. I knew how, from the knowledge, I knew how to get it into Yesod, into the subconscious mind, right? Conscious, the sun, subconscious, the moon. I got that information into the subconscious mind of what I wanted to happen. When you get something in Yesod, the astral, right? It comes down into the kingdom, which is the earth, which is Gaia, which is this one. So, yeah, this is a way of, showing respect to the tree of life that taught me how to do magic. It's a way of balancing the energies of my body symbolically. Being, giving an offering, using these candles, having this as a symbolic representation of my body. So whatever I do on my altar here, this is my portable altar. This is my temple room. I have a whole room downstairs dedicated for my temple. This is just in my bedroom. Because why not have a candle in my bedroom burning at the same time as doing other magic down there, right? What can I split myself? But anyways, so I have this burning up here. This is a symbolic representation. As you can see, the design makes kind of this cross. And there's lots of, anyways, doesn't matter. Point is, it's a symbolic representation of the energies in my body that I all have in balance. Do you not see how the two candles here are burning down at the same time, my negative and positive? My little pillar is the last one burning, right? These two energies are in harmony with each other, with me. That one's not bad and this one's not good. And this one's not shitty and this one's not the greatest one ever. This one's for banishing, this is for invoking. That's it. When I use them together, I can use all the energies from the middle pillar. But sometimes I just have to use Saturn, only Saturn alone. And sometimes I only use Venus or Jupiter, only alone. Sometimes I only use Mars alone or Mercury alone. And sometimes I try to invoke these guys. But invoking some of these guys is hard if you don't have these two in balance. And see how the moon's in the middle there? Well, the moon has both positive and negative into it, right? We're about to hit the full moon, I think, on the 28th of this month, at 2 something for Eastern timers like myself. So that's going to be the time to invoke something. So that's the moon invoking side, the banishing side. Understand? The sun also waxes away. All these planets do, right? But anyways, all that's just a little bit to talk about that, and I'll get back to the healing shit, I guess. Alright, so I'm working on my daughter's little chain here. I gotta fix it. I'm gonna try to finish up that one. Oh, it's gonna be terrible, eh? It's gonna be fucking brutal. All good. Anyways, I tightened the fucking light up working this, eh? Stupid. Anyways, so when people start focusing on exercise and food and water, it's beautiful, it's perfect. But the one missing ingredient that I was trying to get to was passion, sexual energy and all that. And I already went over this in my last video, so I don't think I have to go over this again. But among many things connected to your Mars energy, not letting your sexual system lock up is not healthy. And Thunder Wizard says it best if you're one of those people, because I went into it too. I have a practice that I do a certain time of month that I let my sexual energy build up and I don't have sex and I abstain for a different purpose. And then, but if you don't have a practice or something to transmute or send that energy through, that channeled energy into something that you can actually, especially for younger guys, it's very hard for a younger guy to probably even do this practice. I mean, you probably wouldn't even think about it any other reason, because, sex is more important than doing projects and being creative probably at a certain point. Normally after puberty, it's more important than most things. So, but unless you have a way or have that urge to actually be able to have something creative to be able to focus that energy into. I wouldn't even bother trying to not have sex, abstain from sex. But you don't want to have sex so much that you deplete your creative energy. There is a reason why the orgasm is called the mini death. And that's not to say that it's a bad thing, but it is your creative energy. Sexual energy is one of the most powerful energies. So all that's to say is you need to make sure you keep that line open and free from being blocked up. You save up so much, you use it, and then you release it. And then you keep doing that over and over and over again. But as important as that is also creativity, creative energy, having something you're passionate about. If you don't have something you're passionate about to wake up to every day, you just wake up, go to work, come home, and then watch conspiracy stuff on YouTube, or just watch YouTube and try to spiritually advance, but you're not really passionate, you have nothing that excites you about life, well, it's not very fun. It's not going to be, worth living. So that's a part of the pentagram you also have to explore. So that's just to finish up that idea before I get into anything else. And that's kind of what my last video was about. But in this video, we have to get into more of the actual healing stuff. So the healing stuff I'm talking about is not necessarily sigils and specific spells you can do to heal magically cancer or anything like that. It's preventive maintenance, basically, so this shit doesn't happen first. It's understanding human body, which is magic, because the body's magical. It's understanding what to put in there and all that. So before I get into the magnetic emotion stuff, I want you to hear it from a doctor himself talk about how emotions are magnetic, talk about how the organs regenerate. All this is going to serve as programming to program your mind so that you actually, your body already knows it. Your organs already know what they can do. But your conscious mind might get in the way. If your conscious mind allows stuff into the subconscious, like I just said, whenever you get the knowledge from Uranus into your conscious mind, and from there you're able to put that knowledge into your subconscious mind in a way that's going to create things that are going to filter down into Malkuth. What? Okay, yeah, thank you. When you get something into your subconscious mind that you want to filter down to Malkuth. Fuck, she fucked me up. I forget where I was going with that. Oh yeah, so this is what magic is, right? But if you've been programmed over and over again, and it's not necessarily programmed against you or for a nefarious reason to kill off people faster. I think it's just people just don't know this stuff anymore. We're so far removed from the ancestors or the magical books and the things that taught this that no one just knows. But the doctors know. They're taught this in school. This is why there's different rules, and a lot of people go to Mexico for stuff like different plastic surgeries, or Jerry Tennant had to go to Mexico for different dental surgeries that they wouldn't perform in the States on him, and that was the cause of a lot of his problems, and he had a lot of problems. You're going to hear about them soon. But the point is the ideas you have, the programming you have in your conscious mind are embedded in a subconscious programming, but you need to remove that and put in the right subconscious programming, meaning your organs have the power to regenerate new cells, which make him new organs every so many days. So that's what this is gonna do, which is healing magic. I'm getting rid of your old programming and putting in your new programming by listening to somebody like this, a doctor who actually tells you that stored emotions cause disease, that your cells and your organs regenerate. So there's no reason to if you have bad organs or have something bad going on in your body right now, well, if you have a healthy, high pH, if you have the right voltage in your body, taking the right food, right exercise, water, air, all that, then there's no reason that you can't heal yourself. Now, you're going to say, okay, but if I want to heal somebody else and they're not awoke yet, well, what can I do to do that? Well, that's a harder thing to do, because that's the problem I have. To do healing magic on my brother-in-law, for example, who's got a brain tumor, it's like, if I remove the brain tumor, he's not going to change his ways. He's going to keep taking in only Pepsi and junk food, not eating right, getting exercise, and going out. And even if he wanted to, maybe his mother wouldn't let him. So it's almost pointless to just